And that particular night, we gave them a super show. And the behind the scenes turned into, anyway, there was a bottle of Screech that came out. I guess I have to say I was the instigator in the Screech, because the Screech, I'm not a hard liquor drinker, but when I come to Canada, especially over here on the East Coast, and not so much on the West Coast, because you can't buy the Screech outside of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. But anyway, I had some, we found some, and I brought it with me. I had 2 bottles, one for myself to take home and one for my wife. My wife is from Calgary, and a Ukrainian Calgarian. She had never had the Screech, but had heard of it from the Newfies who came over from Newfoundland to work in the oil fields, and they brought that nasty old Newfoundland Screech with them. And this fella, Hannibal, had not had the Screech, and so I thought it was only fitting that I gave him a small taste. You know, it's kind of like just a small taste, you know. Okay. I get the shows mixed up because they run together for me, because at that time I was doing the same thing. But apparently there was a different show with the Screech, but I think there was Screech in both shows, if I remember correctly.
There was Screech in both shows. But the first one's the one where I destroyed my car and drove on the road, so we don't want to get those.
Okay, we don't want to talk about destroying the car yet, because that is yet to come, and this is a real good story about the car. But yeah, this is, gosh, there was girls involved and all kind of nonsense, and it was one of those fun times. And that's the reason I come to work up here in Canada and have so much fun with Great Northern, because when the wrestling shows are over, then we're free to go out and do what we want to do, and that's have fun. And the secret of this business, I think, is to be able to have fun. Yes, I would have to say that Hannibal is he is the premier promoter of, look, fellas, the show is over now, let's go have some fun. And that's what it's about. It's about coming out, doing your job, performing for the people, and when the show is over, now it's time for us to have some fun. And excuse me, but that's what we do. We have, every time he calls me, it's like, yes, I'm there. I will cancel somebody else's show to come and be here just because it's a fun show to be on. It's a fun show to be on after the show is over. Okay, Hawkesbury is where the Screech story. I get the Screech mixed up because when I was really hitting the Screech, and I would hope someone has some for me to take home on this trip, but anyway, I brought out the Screech, and Hannibal had never been screeched. And I thought every Canadian had been screeched, but apparently he hadn't. And I pulled it out, and I said, have you ever tried this? He said, oh, that's that Screech. No, I've never. I said, it's so smooth, it's so nice, you have to try it. So anyway, I said, now you got to be careful with it. You can't drink a lot of it at one time. And he took a nice little swallow and then said, that's pretty good. Maybe I should have another one. And then one more, and then that's it. He has to have his match. He goes away, comes back, match is over, show's over. You got any more of that Screech? I said, well, there's a little bit left, but you know, I've had mine. And he, well, give me some more. And take it easy now. Then we were to the point where we were pouring it in the beers, I think, and then we had to drive to Ottawa from this Hawkesbury. If any of you folks around the Ottawa, Hawkesbury area know, it's not a long drive, but if you've been drinking a bottle of Screech, it can turn into a very long, deadly drive. So Mr. Hannibal knew that I had an extra bottle because I said, I got to take this home to my wife. Give me that bottle of Screech. I said, no, we're driving. You can't have. Give me that bottle. Anyway, I break it out again. Here we go, down the highway. Take it easy. Give me some. Give it back. No, give it back. So he and I are like, come on, give me that bottle. Pretty soon we're down in the ditch, on the side, up on the highway, back in the ditch, down on the side. I said, I need to drive. No, I said, please let me drive. At least I can stay straight. And I did, through one eye. So we made it to Ottawa, and of course when we got to Ottawa, I didn't know where to go. So we stopped, he refreshed himself at his home, and came back out, and I thought, well, everything's okay. He gets in the car, here we go. It was like a scene out of that Highlander movie where the guy had the pins, the safety pins, keeping his neck together, and he's going, 100 miles an hour. We go down a one-way street the wrong way. People are like running. It was a scene, they couldn't have shot a better scene out of a movie. And the people are diving from the car, and we're hitting trash cans and up on the curb and back down the road. And we're like only a block away from the Parliament, from the White House in the United States. And the place is like, you know there's police everywhere. But I couldn't, at that point, I was too far gone, and I just strapped myself in and said, well, here we go. So we finally found a place to park, and the last I saw of my friend Hannibal, we made it to the bar, and he got outside, had no shirt. I think he had a shirt on, but it was unbuttoned. He had a thing around the towel around his head because he had been, somebody had hit him and he was bleeding and the blood, and he had a beer can in one hand and a bottle of Screech in the other, in the middle of the street, downtown Ottawa, where all the bars are and he was going, all right, the next day I see him and he comes to me and he says, I did $4,000 damage to my car last night, you know that. I said, no, I don't. He said, you're to blame. For what? You gave me that Screech. I said, you asked for it. You said, I didn't make you. Anyway, that is a Screech story for any of you folks out there who see this. If you've never been Screeched, you don't know. But if you have been Screeched, you know what I'm talking about. And for you folks who have never been Screeched, find some, try it, but do not do what we did. Don't drive and take Screech. Well, it was a night, Steven Spielberg or someone could not have shot a movie any more vivid than I remember trash cans going and people diving away and people on bicycles and, oh